guys, it's AG Sky's Limit, and today I'm here with my doll, Clarissa, who is a custom, and she's also my favorite doll ever, even before she was a custom. She is just like my goals doll. So basically, today I'm here to talk about why AG custom dolls are so expensive.
There's a line with the sky meets the sea, and it calls me, but no one knows how far it goes.
So this is kind of stemming from one experience. So basically, every time Once Upon an American Girl doll posts a custom doll, people are like, why are you dolls so expensive? And people just attack her. And I've also seen people do this to Zazu dolls with like her fairy dolls, but not as much. So I've seen this happen kind of a lot. People are like, why are these dolls so expensive? And I'm going to tell you guys why different types of custom dolls may look the same, but they may be different prices, and why that's not necessarily a bad thing, and just why different types of dolls will be worth different things. First of all, you need to take into account the doll itself, because a doll brand new from the American Girl store will cost a lot more than just a random doll you're going to get off eBay. It'll cost about twice as much. So I know a lot of people, when they make their customs, they may not care and they'll just say, I'll fix up an old doll, because it is a custom after all. It doesn't really matter. But some people are particular and they buy new dolls because they want the doll to be as nice as possible. So usually if the doll is more expensive, that could be a cause because the doll is nicer because it's newer. Second is the wig. So obviously this is a pretty nice colored wig. But if it was like maybe an older wig that was fixed up, it wouldn't be as nice. Maybe it was hand dyed. Those can be nice, but usually they're not as good quality. If it's long, how it's been curled, if it's been cut, if it's been customized, that will also affect the price. And like, I've seen American Girl doll wigs go for like $100. So if it's a $100 wig, then in the price, there's going to be an extra $100 for that wig. And then the face up, if it's just a little bit, like, I'd consider this a little bit, like she just has lips, some freckles, a birthmark. This is probably like extra. But for just besides her little head gem, that'll be minimal. Now, some people like to use really high quality face-up material. Some people like to use sealants. I do not use sealants because these are my own dolls. I do not really care. I don't really want to use a sealant. But if people do use sealants, those can be expensive. If people use like a lot of really high quality pastels, those can be expensive. If it's like a really detailed, like freckled, blush, like all over the face up, yeah, then that's gonna be expensive. And especially if the doll has like painting, like tattoos. Like I've seen dolls where just like, their whole face is like painted. I've seen Dia de los Muertos dolls with like skull faces. I've seen Easter dolls with like bunny faces. I think I've even seen dolls with cat faces. I've seen mermaid dolls with like scales on their faces. I've seen about everything. Those will probably also be more expensive. So clothes. Some dolls don't even come with clothes, but obviously if it's a custom made outfit, especially if you like request a custom outfit, it's gonna be expensive. And it also depends on who the person's buying from. If that person sells their outfits for expensive, then the outfit will be more expensive. Like as a result, if it's just something that they just quickly made themselves, it's not gonna be that expensive. If it's just something that they like that came on the doll they bought, it's not gonna be that expensive. But if it's like a really high quality piece, then it's going to be expensive. Perfectionism. How much time was spent? So somebody could just quickly glue on a doll wig, quickly like slap on a face up. But if this person spent like a lot of time making sure the wig was on exactly right, making sure like the eyes weren't crooked, making sure like the blushing is even, like spending a lot of time, then that's going to be more expensive because you do have to pay people for the time. And you do have to take into account that something could look very similar, but maybe the person didn't spend as much time on that. Now we're into the overall quality. So yes, you can say, I don't understand why that's so expensive. It doesn't look that expensive. Well, you're not seeing it in person. When you can see it in person, you can feel the hair. You can really look at the face up. You can really tell that this is a new doll. So online, a brand new, like, really nice high quality doll may look the same as like just an old doll that was fixed up and given like a little face up and some hair dye. It may look exactly the same or pretty much the same online, and there may be a huge price difference. But when you really look closely, you can sometimes tell if you really look closely at the photos, really like pay attention to what the people used in making those dolls, you can really tell that there was a huge difference. And even though somebody might have a similar face up, it might really not be as high quality. It might not be sealed. It might not have taken them as much time. They might not have, like, it might look similar, but when you really look at it, it might have as much details as another face up. Because I know I can do some nice, like, eyeshadow, some nice eyeliner, but I can't do those little, like, weird eyelash, like, really nice things. Like, I can't do that. I can do something similar, but I don't spend that much time on stuff. And I also know if, like, somebody made the wig themselves, that may be more expensive. Just, like, you need to take in the overall quality. You really need to think, well, where did the person get the materials? Well, how long did it take the person? And some people just do it for fun. Some people might just be like, ugh, I don't really care. It was just fun to make the doll. You know, there's people like that. And there's people who are like, this is my job. I'm making this doll because I need money, and it's my job. And I'm not, like, fooling around. Like I spent my time on this, you need my money. So there's different types of people. There's also, like, some people might sell a custom doll secondhand that you could even sometimes trade for those. Those probably won't be as much because it is secondhand, you know what I'm saying? But that's overall why custom dolls have different prices, why some may be more expensive. But I'm just gonna say this. If you see a really expensive doll, if you don't want to spend that much, you could usually get something pretty similar, not as good of quality, but you might be able to make something pretty similar yourself. So I would challenge you to do that if you don't want to spend that much. If you want to spend that much, there's no problem with spending that much. There's no problem with supporting those people because they do work hard. And if you do understand that, then you should definitely buy those dolls. I'm not saying that you shouldn't not buy expensive dolls, but I'm just saying if you don't have the money, there's plenty of alternatives, knowing that it just won't be as high quality as that. You know what I'm saying? So bye guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.